Hello, welcome to another Informatica video tutorial. My name is Fernando Guerrero, I am a cloud solution specialist, and in this video we are going to talk about how to get the Taskflow status with API calls. First we will start with a little bit description about how to use the APIs. I will do a demo, and at the end I will show you links to our Informatica documentation. So we have a programmatic way to get the status of your APIs. You need to authenticate in order to make this call. So basically, you will need to use our login API. You will get your Informatica session ID. You will use that ID as a header when you are calling this API. Uh, and then for example, what we see here in this in the image is we have the Informatica Intelligent Cloud Service URL. When you log into your Informatica Cloud, the URL that you see in that web page, that's the same that you need to write in this section. Then after that, we have a path that is going to be the same regardless of where you are located and which pod you are using. And then in the example that we have here in the screen, you can see that we are specifying the run ID of our task flow. So if we make this call, we will get all the information regarding only about one single task flow. If you want to get for more task flows, you don't include the run ID, and by default, it's gonna give you the latest 10 task flows that were executed in the last 24 hours. If you want to get more than 10, then you need to specify uh, uh, how many you want. And we have parameters for all that. We have parameters if you want to specify, give me only the task flow that's finished successfully, the one had failed. So you can apply all those filters. You can also apply by start time and end time or your task flow. Maybe you want to see only 2-3 task flow. Maybe you want to see 30. The maximum number that we can display is 50 in the response. So we have all those options, and in the documentation we explain how to use all those parameters and what kind of parameters we have. In the demo, I will show you use a couple of parameters, and let's proceed now to the demo so you can see this in action. So now we have here a list of assets that we executed. Some of them are task flow, some of them failed, some of them successful. So I will show you how to use the API. To simplify this demo, I am using Postman. This is something that you can do in Java, you can do in Python. It makes sense to use those programming language because you can get the response and apply some processing to that response and filter and extract information. But right now, for simplicity, I will use Postman. So in the example that we saw in the previous slide, uh, here we have run ID, and when you have here your execution or your task flow, you get that ID. That's something that you can specify. But if you don't do it, you will list the latest 10 task flow that were executed in the past uh, 24 hours. So remember the first part of the URL. That's the URL that when you log into to your Informatica account, wherever the pod is located, you will get a different URL. So you have to take it from there. Okay. So this is going to be different for each company depending on the pod where you are located. And then the rest of the URL is going to be the same for everyone. And here I am going to another thing in the header. Uh, we have the Infa session ID. You need to call the login API from Informatica. You have to pass your credentials, and the response will include your Infa session ID. You take it and you put it here in the header. It's going to be valid for some minutes. So now let's going to execute this one and see. Here we get the information. We have one of them is called TF input field. We can see that was executed here. We can see it here. For this specific run ID, we can we can see that it finished as a fail status. Um, so and you can see here we have response for many more. Uh, as I mentioned, if you don't specify anything here, it will give you the latest 10. Now let's say that we want to specify um, only the task for that fail. Uh, well, this one, okay, because that one failed, it's gonna give us the same ID. Let's gonna change this one to maybe it was successful, and let's gonna make sure that we get a different ID. So we can see here the ID. And this one is failed. So this one should give us a different. Okay, so now we have the TaskFlow TF input JSON. We have this one here, and as you can see, this one was successful. This run status is just one of the many parameters that you can use, and all that information you can find it in the documentation, and I will give you a link to the documentation so you can see how you can combine these parameters to get more information, or to filter the information that you want. If you want to know more about this API, you can visit here our Informatica documentation. You will see more examples here and the full list of parameters that you can apply to this API. Any feedback that you want to give about this tutorial or anything else for Informatica, feel free to send us an email or contact us in our social platforms. Thank you very much for watching this video.